Hello everyone, and welcome to Jumperman Tech, where we specialize in HVAC but do everything DIY. And today I'm going to show you 5 ways you can bypass any thermostat. Thank you to everyone tuning into Jumperman Tech. Today I'm going to show you 5 ways you can bypass any thermostat. Just a heads up, if you find this video interesting or helpful, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe as I come out with new videos every week, and let's get straight into it. Before we can begin, let me explain what we're actually working on here. This is a training board that I have designed and created. So, of course, here's our thermostat and just a couple of keynotes that you should know. This light bulb is going to represent a compressor. This fan here is going to represent your condenser fan motor. So these two together is going to be our condensing unit. And this component here is our evaporator fan motor. For more videos regarding this board, I will leave a link in this video's description. As far as today, we're going to focus solely on 5 ways on how to bypass a thermostat. And specifically, we're going to be bypassing our cooling function and our evaporator fan motor function. Let's begin by taking off the faceplate to our thermostat. Before we can bypass a thermostat, it's important to understand what we're actually doing. I do have a video explaining this in detail, but I'm just going to go over a quick review. Let's first go over our terminals. G, which is our green wire, is our indoor fan motor. W, we don't have a wire here, but this is your heating function. C, which is your blue wire, is our common. The yellow is Y, which is our cooling cycle. R is our power in, and we have a small jumper between R and RC, so essentially it is the same thing. To jump out your indoor fan motor, you're gonna put a conductor between R and G. To jump out your heating function, you're gonna put a jumper between R and W. And to jump out our cooling function, we're gonna jump out R and Y. It's important to understand that when jumping out your cooling function, this is only going to turn on your condensing unit, and your indoor fan motor will not start if it is not getting power. So when this thermostat calls for cooling, it actually sends power to G as well, but we're going to be jumping out one function, and just please keep in mind this video is for professionals only. Tip number 1, we're going to cut a piece of wire. I am using a piece of thermostat wire, and we're going to create a small loop just like this. At this point, make sure the power is off to your system, as you don't want to short anything out. And what we're going to do is we're going to loosen this up and put a jumper between Y and R. Like this, we're going to jump out our cooling cycle, specifically our condensing unit. We're going to start by loosening up our Y terminal. And now our R terminal. So we're going to send power from R to Y. We're going to take our jumper and put it between R and Y. From here, we tighten it down. This could be done live. I don't exactly advise so, but either way, we're going to jump out R to Y using a piece of wire. Although you could have only touched R and Y through these terminals here, as you can see, we put the wire firmly in place between R and Y. We did this because specifically in this circuit, we have a delay on make timer, which means once the timer receives 24 volts, a timer will engage before it actually starts our condensing unit. This is the case for many units, and you don't want to stand there for many minutes until that happens. So from here, we're going to turn the power on. So now we put a jumper between R and Y. Y comes out here. Follow this wire, it goes into this timer. Once this timer goes past its timer, let's follow this circuit. We just put a jumper between R and Y. Y is our yellow wire here, comes out here into this timer. After this timer passes, it's going to send voltage to our contactor, which is going to engage our compressor and our condenser fan motor, which is the 2 components above. compressor, condenser fan motor. But right now, it is going through this timer. Once it passes the time, this will energize. There you have it. For the remainder of this video, we are going to bypass the timer. The next way we can bypass it is using 2 control screwdrivers. Please make sure you have an insulated handle before doing this. So, we're going to put one screwdriver on R and another on Y, and then we're just going to touch the 2 screwdrivers together, just like that. The power is now on. I'm going to put one screwdriver on R, the other on Y, and touch the 2 screwdrivers together. And that's step number 2. The third way we can bypass a thermostat is with alligator clips. Although you can bypass your thermostat through these terminals here, the problem with these clips is that they're too bulky and they won't fit inside. So what we're going to do is turn off the power, disconnect these terminals, pull the wires out. We're going to disconnect Y and R and pull the wires out. From here, I'm going to take my alligator clip, put one on Y and one on R. Right now I do have the power off. I'm going to turn the power on and you're going to see that our condensing unit will start. I'm going to pull off one of the jumpers and you'll see that it will turn off. And there you have it. This is still a continuation with way number 3. Here's our thermostat follower cable. This is our low voltage terminal block. This can be found at the indoor section of your split unit or at your unit itself. So just follow the thermostat cable and see where they go. The alligator clips are effective, just not at the thermostat. You can also jump this out right at the unit. So go from R to Y. And like this, we can jump out the thermostat with our alligator clips. Just once again, it's more effective at the low voltage terminal block rather than the thermostat. Here is way number 4, how we can jump out or bypass our thermostat, specifically the cooling function. We still have our wires disconnected. I do have the power off, and simply you could just touch these wires together, put a wire nut on it, twist it up, and like that we can bypass. As you can see, the red and yellow wire, which is the R and Y terminals, are touching together. And like this, we are sending R to Y, essentially sending 24 volts to our Y, aka our cooling circuit. And like this, we can also jump out the cooling cycle. Definitely recommend you put a wire nut across this. From here, I'm going to turn the power on and we will see our condensing unit start. And that is way number 4. Here is the 5th way, and in my opinion, the most efficient and fastest way. These are magnetic jumpers. These jumpers are absolutely amazing. It can be used on so many different controls, but what's perfect is that it fits perfectly with a thermostat. And that's it. It literally takes a second to do this, so it is definitely there with you on efficiency and timing. What's really great is that, as we saw earlier, we do have a timer in the circuit, and you don't have to wait there for up to 5 minutes waiting for that to go with your hand stuck there. You can literally just connect it and it holds it for you. This is absolutely amazing. I recommend this tool in every service technician's tool bag. I'm gonna turn the power on and let's see what happens. And there you have it. If anyone is interested in purchasing this magnetic jumper, a link will be in this video description, as well as every single video that I create. I leave a link to purchase either the tool or materials that I use in the description. So if you found this video interesting or helpful, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe as I come out with new videos every week, and I'll catch you all next time.